I'm Jaclyn Jones, the Senior U.S. Womenswear Editor at WGSN, and I'm here with Lizzy Bowring, our head of catwalks. Today we're going to talk about what we're expecting to see coming down the Spring-Summer 15 catwalks. Lizzy, what are you excited about?
Jaclyn, I'm always excited, and I know that sounds like a cliche, but every season I always think, here we go, we're going to dive into catwalk, and it's going to be another exciting season. So we're really expecting to see something new, some interpretations of something that's old, but I think it's going to be, in general, a very exciting season.
What are some of the themes that you think will carry forward and develop newly? We've seen, tons of sport influences in seasons past, and we've also seen this very casual, oversized, relaxed, luxurious look. What do you think is going to come down?
Well, I think if we put it into 4 trends, which I'd like to, because then we can sort of manipulate some of the materials and the key looks and silhouettes into those buckets. I think we're going to see something to do with sweet and feminine. We're going to see the return to androgyny again, but with some new updates. We'll see some retro interest in the 40s, the 50s, 70s. And then, of course, there'll be some references to the 60s. And then the final roundup will be the sport influence. So that will be done in new ways, updated, and variations.
All right, so why don't we take a look into each of those themes? So first we have that feminine theme. Are you thinking, pastel colors or florals?
Actually, Jaclyn, you're absolutely right. I think we're definitely going to see some pastels, but the pastels are going to be tinted, like tinted white, so this will be tinted color. And very sweet and very feminine, and it'll also have quite a 60s influence. So I think we'll see empire line dresses, lots of lace, but lace very light so that it mixes very well with cotton, so you'll see a juxtaposition between fabrics. And then I think we're going to see a lot of silk, but it's not just silk, it's silk de chine, silk du peony, silk cloquet, so that these will be very, very soft and feminine and
so a little bit more raw and natural with these light and tinted colors.
That's right. Some very interesting slub interest, surface interest.
I think that something that's been growing in importance is those 3D embellishments and floral sequin clusters like we saw at Chanel within the resort collection.
Yes, and that leads me on to the next one, where we felt that there's definite direction for this 3D embellishment, which we saw at Alexander McQueen in Cruise Resort. That was just a beautiful collection. The juxtaposition of embroidery, 3D embellishment, played back with menswear, and then of course that key 70s look with, I know it's your favourite, that flared pant.
I love it.
I know you do. And I wish I'd kept mine from when I was a lot younger. So I had that lovely tailor jacket from the Louis Vuitton collection, and of course you have to wear it in pink.
Especially with that wide set belt.
Yes, very important detail.
Yes. I also think within those a little more retro styles, the full zip front and half zip. So thinking of the jackets with zippers, also the oversized buttons, polo variations.
Yes, definitely the polo variation. I can see that coming forward.
Yeah.
So Jaclyn, I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure.
Because it's very close to my heart, I'm very keen on the whole androgyny look and just how it's going to take shape going forward. So how is it going to be different? I have my idea. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Sure. So I think where in autumn winter we saw very classic shapes. So you're looking at the wide leg pant or the basic button down. And these are all going to be elevated with fabric play. So origami folds, more natural colorway. In autumn winter we saw dusted pastels that were mixed in with the neutral colors. So now I think those more fashion colors are going to be removed, and it's all going to be about these core neutral colors.
I think you're absolutely right. I do see the core neutrals sitting in the sweet and feminine group, but I do think that those will carry forward, because I think that the tinted whites will be very important to this androgynous look. And then, of course, notwithstanding, it has to be played back with black and grey.
Yes.
So that makes it actually quite sophisticated and very, very wearable. I'm wondering if that might not just start the season off with the black and white. I think there's going to be a lot of key layering pieces in there, and of course the white shirt is going to be one of the most important items, with variations again on the white shirt, and as you just suggested about having origami folds, I think we might see some cutting and splicing and cropped ideas in shirts where you can see almost an asymmetrical hem. And then of course the trousers that you mentioned, and I think that the waistline is going to come up a little bit higher. You'll have soft pleats, so perhaps a little nod to the 40s, and then of course we saw the slim pencil skirt with a higher waistline for cruise resort. I think again that will be very important.
I think lengths in general are going up and also going down. So whereas the midi length that was hitting mid-calf was so important, now we're seeing tons of ankle length, whether it's a skirt or a dress.
You know, there was the Fendi collection, and the wrap skirt is a very important piece, and I like the idea of the colour blocking and fabric piecing. That should be something that I think we should see coming forward.
And also some print blocking variations, and I think it could be a little more geometric based, whereas previously we've seen, you know, solid and floral placements or solid and geometric. I think it could be geometric print blocking.
Agreed. Yes, I think that some of these more optical prints, and again talking about black and white colouring, is very important for the new stripes and new ways of piecing stripes into one garment.
I also think in terms of color, you know, black and white, we've been seeing it season over season. What's something, a color that's new and fresh is the purple. So I know that you called it out in a trend flash
yes, we did.
For pre-summer, but we saw a little bit of it in autumn-winter. Then we saw a ton of it in pre-summer. Michael Kors had that light lavender. That looked beautiful. And I think that there's definitely room for that to move forward this spring-summer, but within new tonal variations. So some slightly darker versions, blue casted tones, and that also goes back to indigo. And I know how you feel about indigo.
Yes, I do. I know that we've been seeing indigo over the last few seasons, but I still think it's very important, and of course denim's not going to go away for a while, so it's just going to be an updated version of indigo. So it'll be a little bit deeper and softer washing, and of course that brings me to something else that we talked about earlier, soft washing. So we've got soft washed florals, and I know that you really like large florals but with a painterly aspect. We added on top of that one, and then we looked at the oversized painterly prints from the Dior collection of Cruise, and I think that we might see more of those for the next season.
The Dior collection for Cruise made a lot of statements, not only just within the print, but also the structure. So you saw a lot of volume there, lots of folds, and it's all about playing with the fabric.
But I think that just about wraps up Spring-Summer 2015. I think it's going to be very exciting. I've got goosebumps already, and I think this is going to be a very commercial season.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me and discussing Spring-Summer 15 catwalks. I'm so excited to start Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. Please make sure you follow us on all social media. We'll be giving up-to-the-minute updates.